Lesson 101. In this lesson, we're going to jump right into the second declension and start learning the different endings of second declension words. And to do so, we're learning our first second declension noun, which is the word we're. And we're means man. You know that in the first declension, every word ends with a in its nominative singular. But the second declension is not like that, so you're going to have to allow yourself to memorize a new set of endings and get used to a new way of doing things. Don't forget the first declension, because we'll still need that, but save some room in your brain to memorize things about the second declension as well. So in our chart here, you see the nominative singular form of the noun we're, which means man, and that's all we're going to learn in this lesson. In subsequent lessons, we'll learn the other forms of we're, but for now, let's just get some practice with this new word by looking at the exercises. In exercise 1, sum is the verb and we're is the predicate. So number 1 says, I am a man. In number 2, est is the verb. That means he, she, or it is, but we don't need the he, she, or it because we're is the subject. Incola is the predicate, and insulae is a genitive singular word that's possessing incola. So number 2 says, the man is an inhabitant of the island. In number 3, the word said divides the sentence into two smaller independent clauses. In the first clause, habet is the verb. That means he, she, or it has, but we don't need the he, she, or it because we're is the subject. Kasam is the direct object. In the second clause, habet is the verb. That means he, she, or it has, and it's being negated by known. There's no other word in that clause to be the subject, so we'll have to use the he, she, or it. We've already established from the first clause of the sentence that we're talking about a man, so we'll use he as the subject. Skafam is the direct object. So number 3 altogether will say, the man has a house, but he does not have a boat. In number 4, timet is the verb. That means he, she, or it fears, but we don't need he, she, or it because we're is the subject, and bestias is the direct object. So number 4 says, the man fears the beasts. In number 5, narat is the verb. That means he, she, or it tells, or he, she, or it is telling, but we don't need the he, she, or it because we're is the subject. Fabulas is the direct object, and that's plural. Incolis is the indirect object, that's in the dative plural. And insularum is a genitive plural word that is possessing incolis. So number 5 altogether will say, the man is telling stories to the inhabitants of the islands. In number 6, desiderat is the verb. That means he, she, or it longs for, or he, she, or it wants, but we don't need the he, she, or it because we're is the subject. In insula is a prepositional phrase, and manere is an infinitive that means to stay. So number 6 will say, the man wants to stay on the island. In number 7, the word said divides the sentence into two smaller independent clauses. In the first clause, ambulatus is the verb. That means y'all walk or y'all are walking. Ad tabernam is a prepositional phrase. In the second clause, habetus means y'all have. It's being negated by the word known, and pecuniam is the direct object. So number 7 says, y'all are walking to the shop, but y'all do not have money. In number 8, the word said divides the sentence into two independent clauses. The first one says, you are a man, and the second one says, I am a woman. So number 8 says, you are a man, but I am a woman. In number 9, possumus means we are able, but it's being negated by the word non, so non possumus will mean we are not able. Videre is an infinitive that means to see, and insulam is the direct object. So number 9 says, we are not able to see the island. In number 10, nawagatus is the verb. That means y'all sail or y'all are sailing. And we have two prepositional phrases, a patria and ad insulam. So number 10 will say, y'all are sailing from the homeland to the island.